evening, YouTube. This is man on my way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bodybuilding Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. I know, guys, you've been waiting for this interview. I know I promised to you, but things happen. Sometimes it's just how it is. Sometimes, but we finally got her here. As you know, I had the pleasure of interviewing her about a couple of years ago after she made she got a pro card at 2023 Olympia. We had here Big Jane, or the lovely Miss Jane Akarapreecha. If I got her name right, I want to make sure I got it because it could be hit or miss.
Akarapreecha.
Pisha. Okay, yeah. So you remember I'm from the South. We see things. We spell it. We say it kind of different than it spell. But
Some people cannot say it right too, so you're not the only one.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But Jane is last year made her pro debut at the Grand Prix, Titan Grand Prix. That show's coming back also in September.
This year. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's for next year's Olympia qualification for 2026. And she was originally planning to compete for the New York Pro. We saw the list. I have some concerns. I might talk about it on another live stream about what's going on with the upcoming New York Pro. But my focus right now with my guest here, and we welcome her, and she's also going to talk about her plans and what she's been up to since we last talked together. So welcome, Jane, and how you been doing?
I've been doing good since I moved from Hawaii. Last time we talked, I was in Hawaii, right? Like 2 years ago. And now I'm in Delaware, close to New York, to a lot of states. So I'm happy to be here. Um, I train with my coach in person. So he see me like every day, like, physique, what need to change to be better for next time.
Mm-hmm. And I know your coach. You're working with Ed Biggie Smalls still.
Pretty small.
Freddie Frost? Okay, Freddie. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I know he's very popular. I think he has a couple other clients. Notable one is Ann Gruber, and also he's working with your dear friend who I interviewed a while back, Dawn Stanley. And
Yeah.
Dawn's a nice lady. I hope for best for her competition season.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. So as you said earlier that you were originally going to do New York. What happened? Why did plans changed?
I learned that my body need long prep, longer prep to get shredded. So I gain muscle really fast, right? But it takes time to lose fat. But it's slowly getting there. So we have another 4 weeks left. So we'll be good by then. So I'm really confident about that. But I made good decision though. Like I don't want to go up on New York Pro, and it was like, yeah, I look okay. I look really good. I want to get up there and be like, yep, I bring this. This is my best looks. I want everyone to be like, wow, what happened compared to last year?
Yeah, I think you have made some improvements because if you follow her on social media, she also has a YouTube channel, so it's in the link in the description. Want to check her YouTube.
Yeah.
This is one of the pictures from the Titan Grand Prix. What's that
Yep.
experience like? It's your first pro show.
What my experience on that day?
Yeah, how you feeling?
I was I feel a little bit nervous actually. Like competing as a pro with like, 15 people in my class. At that time, I was just like, oh, who gonna show up there? Who gonna be up there? Um, and posting on prejudging is take long time, and I learned that this time I need time to practice on that to be competing as a pro. Because when you look really good next to someone look really good as well, they're gonna make you, you know, you're posting route after route. Yeah.
Mhm. Are you working with a posing coach now, or who's you working with as a posing coach?
Right, do my posting. He does everything.
Oh,
Posting, training, and diet.
is your boyfriend here?
Yeah, he's here.
Let him come in. Say, come in, son. Let's meet him. Let's meet the man who got Big Jane's heart. Tell him come over.
He actually working right now. I want, yeah,
Oh, yeah. So
yeah.
when did y'all two meet?
What'd you say?
When did y'all two meet?
Oh, when? Back in Hawaii. I actually met him through Instagram, actually.
Oh, that's nice. You found a love connection on the internet. I don't know. I'm kind of sicky about, meeting and dating somebody off online. I don't know. There might be something like crazy or something weird. But is he a competitor too, or he just a coach mainly?
He used to competing back in the day, like 2016.
Mhm.
He was coaching a lot of pro too, Carlos Thomas. You know him? Man bodybuilding Carlos.
Nah, you like say, don't fall to me at the guys.
Yeah,
You got to remember, most of my content about y'all ladies. I pay attention to some of them, like guys like Samson do or Derek Longford like that. But most of the
yeah,
guys, we spend too much time on them.
yeah. He used to like, do personal training. He used to work for Fred too back in the day. But now he's just, focused on business that we actually gonna open a gym here in August.
That's
Yeah,
good. I mean, yeah, because right there you're in Delaware. I think there's quite a few bodybuilders around that way. I know one lady, she lives in Rhode Island. That's Andrea Nori, and also not too far from New Jersey, where they're gonna have the New York Pro. That's gonna be T-Neck, and
yeah,
I think it's a good business sense for both you and your boyfriend.
it's gonna be good. It's a lot of, investment, but we will make it work in the next few years.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just gotta. It takes time. It's gonna be some hits and misses, but once you get off the ground, it's going pretty good. So now you are getting ready for the Toronto Pro. How you feeling, my dear? How you feeling about this show?
Um, Honestly, I feel for me, like I see myself, I can win this show. That's what I see right now. Like I know that I will be ready 100% because as long I'm keep what I'm doing right now, because every day I see like change, every day I get harder, get leaner. But yeah, but you don't know who's gonna show up there, So as long as you come your best, you'll be good.
Yeah, it's unpredictable who's going to come out because you never
Yeah,
know. There's quite a few bodybuilders in Canada, quite a few others that might want to do the show because, as I
yeah,
said earlier, some competitors usually want to wait till closer to the summer to start popping
exactly.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. 'Cause you got shows like Toronto's going to be in June. Also, there's a show in Spain, the
yeah.
Imperio,
June 6th,
Portugal.
right?
Yeah, I think yes, yeah, and also Portugal, and then you have Chicago and Tampa. And one point
Yeah.
we almost didn't have Wins Bodybuilding at Chicago, but I gotta say this, even though I'm not liking what he's doing now, but he still came in the last minute say this. I gotta say it time says, yo Jake, I want that money, I want that gun. And it's Jake Wood, and he stepped up, and him and Lena Popa, saved Wins Bodybuilding at Tampa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
I
got
was just talking to uh David FBB forum on hardcore female bodybuilding channel that a lot of people try to do in the summer show, because not so many people want to compete like in the beginning of the year. From what I see like in the past, like a lot of people want to do Tampa Pro for sure, Chicago Pro for sure. I already know a few people gonna compete that show.
mhm. I
Yeah,
think there was some. I know. I think possibly the return to champion Christina Mendoza. And you
yeah.
met her at Tampa because you were staying in Florida for a good bit. With your family. And
Yeah.
then how your parents doing? How your family doing?
My mom, she's in Hawaii right now for work. She's doing good. She works a lot. My stepdad, he's doing good too. He has to take care of my grandma. She's 95 years old. Still live long life. Yeah.
That's a blessing. That's a blessing to reach
Yeah,
95 years. We have here some comments. This man KL the Wanderer. He says, "Hey, hey there, brother. How you doing?" Also, Brooke Brown. Hadn't seen this brother in a long time. Big brother George, what's up, bro? What's up to you? And he also says, "Big bro is this Queen?" He said, "Well, you
get
know,
the
this is
queen.
Big Jane, yeah." And also he says this. He says, "Big bro George, who is the beautiful Queen? This is the lovely Miss Big Jane." And she, she is IFBB pro bodybuilder. So, folks, what we're gonna do while we got Jane here, we're gonna jump to her social media, and she put us some stuff like really some great pictures, some great content. If you want to follow Jane, reach out to her, show support. The link's in the description to live. But guys, this is a nice lady. She's very passionate about bodybuilding. She has a boyfriend, and I keep saying to you guys out there, no DBX, stop it. Get some help. I know you see these big, buff, beautiful women, they get you excited, but come on, guys, have some decorum, behave yourself. She's a lady. So we're going to jump into Jane's social media here, and here we go. And check it out. Like I said, also go to her YouTube channel, and here's one of her. I think this is one of your most recent videos that you posted on your YouTube. You're working out here.
We have to see yourself. What you're gonna look like.
100%.
Yeah, seems like we.
Yeah, I got cut music because of the copyright. You got to be careful with YouTube. And who's that gentleman right there was talking right there?
My boyfriend.
Ah,
Yeah.
handsome gentleman. And what you feel like from we did the Titan Grand Prix. What was the critique from the judges? What did they tell you feel like you need to work on?
So they said that I need to get conditioning, get leaner, and I will be in top three the next show I will compete in. That's what they
I
say.
think, yeah. What do you feel like is your best, your best feature as you're growing and developing as an athlete?
Last show,
Yeah.
my chest,
Yeah.
my hamstring, my back is growing too, but need more work for sure.
Yeah. I think the one thing that often healers tell me that the important thing is they really want to improve their butt back. And
Yeah,
and here's some pictures here. This is one of the most recent pictures. Wow, you just look diesel. I mean, your shoulders got a nice cap to it. Your quads are just huge. It's just just that if you just come in. I mean, if you come in just a little tighter, I think you could have done New York this week. But I understand, yeah, but you look really good.
yeah.
Yeah. And here she's another picture. And this is why we call her Big Jane. She's just big, just huge. And being one of the first women from Thailand to compete in bodybuilding. Actually, there's another lady, she's also from Thailand, but I think she does women's physique. But I don't
Yeah,
think she competes
that's
anymore. Yeah.
that's my friend too.
Yeah. How about y'all know each other?
My friend.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny that I know her from Instagram, and then I reached out to her that hey, I was gonna go back to Thailand. Can we meet up and train? And we train together, and now we become friends.
That's cool. I mean, especially to find somebody like who's from your same country, from your homeland. You have something common together that's in bodybuilding. And here she is. She's working out here, along with I saw Ann Gruber there, and I think this is the video where I saw Don, and I reached out to an interview. And
Yeah,
is Ann gonna compete this year, or she's taking a year off?
she's gonna do Master Olympia.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I
I'm
still
ac-
get
I'm,
you. Hmm?
I'm actually gonna go there too if I can. I want to support them.
That's great. I mean, I think it's really, I think going to Japan, I think that I know a couple of ladies who are going there to compete, like,
Yeah.
Salika Given, who just won the triple O
Oh my
mass
gosh,
small.
she looks she looked like she can beat any guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I think she has amazing physique. I mean,
No,
she has great potential.
yeah, she looks really good. Like I love her back.
Yeah.
She has like thick back. Everything looks good.
Yeah.
Nice person too.
Yeah, I've seen some different interviews with her, been in contact with social media. I hope maybe someday I can get her on for an interview, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, but like I said, you're coming a long way. Like you said, you've been doing this for a long time and training, working out. And, what do you feel as a bodybuilder that really not motivates you, but kind of keeps you disciplined as a competitor?
And say that teach me to um see myself what I can do in for a term that I just started not too long ago. I feel like I have a lot more to go, you know? Like I feel like I can become one of the best someday.
Yeah, I think you can be. I mean, like I said, this sport, you really have to love for it. And you really have to be committed to it because it's tough, especially as a woman in the sport. As you know, this year, some shows are getting dropped. You was gonna be in Texas, but then they dropped that. Almost lost. New York, and now almost lost the Tampa, and now I think the you know that the Rising Phoenix, I think it's now is an open show, meaning that you don't have to get invited like it was in the past.
What that mean?
Well, as you know, Rising Phoenix was the Women's Bodybuilding World Championship.
Yeah.
So this is what Jake has done now. He's cut down the prize money. And also, it was already an Olympic qualification, but it's no longer an invitational, meaning that you don't get invited. Like people like Andrea or Angela or Ashley or any of the any other ladies that won a show during the season. That means that you can compete at that show. You don't need the invitation. You just go and compete. Just what because usually they usually put out your list who's invited to the show, for the Rising Phoenix. But this year I hadn't seen a list, so I think it's just anybody can come and compete at that show.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Let me see something to think about.
Thank you for letting me know for that.
No, not a problem, not a problem. It never hurts to help if you can. We have here, shout out to my man, Brooke Brown says, I think you are awesome, Queen Jane. You think you're
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
You read it says, and Big Brother George, you are my new hero. You have all these beautiful queens on your show. Where I appreciate them for taking time out here and talk with me because I know it's busy. She has a busy life because we were setting up this interview the week before last, and then situation happened, and then something else happened, and also I think you were telling me that you had gotten injured. How are you feeling now?
My shoulders, I feel a lot better. Yeah. Still have hard time to turn them, but I'm okay.
Yeah, yeah. That thing is, people gotta remember that even bodybuilders can get injured. I mean, I saw a lady where she posted a video where she dropped a dumbbell on her foot. 10 years of working in the gym, and she drops a dumbbell on her foot,
Like
uh,
right on her foot.
right on her foot.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Yeah, I mean, and there was a lady I think David interviewed a while back. She's a paralegic, paraplegic, competitor. She actually got injured in the gym. I think because I think it was a bench press fell on her. No, there was squat press fell on her, and now she's in a wheelchair. She's a nice lady. She's still competitive, but I know it's tough.
Not good.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, but like I said, this is the thing about bodybuilding. The cost, the expense, the travel, the training. I mean, what are you doing now for a living? Because I know you were a massage therapist before. What are you doing now for work?
So talk to you about that too. So my boyfriend is like behind everything right now. So he wants me to like focus on full-time bodybuilding. So I can like really focus on this. I don't have to worry about working. right now. But when we open a gym, that's when I'm gonna do massage there. When I told you I do massage therapist back in the day. So yeah, I just do full-time bodybuilding right now.
That's pretty good. You know, that's good. I mean, I think if bodybuilding was more like a mainstream sport
Yeah,
where you can afford to take the time and to train and work out, you don't have to worry about, you know, everything responsibilities. Like if y'all were paid, like as you know, they had the Pittsburgh Pro just last weekend. Derek
yeah,
Lungford, yeah, he did both the Pittsburgh and the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. This guy it
yeah,
also counting the Arnold wins and the win from the Olympia and for this show, he
yeah,
got probably at least about $1 million. And
yeah,
after taxes, maybe less than that.
yeah. But he's just like full-time bodybuilding too, so but eventually I want to get to do like a stretching, like class because I'm really like flexible. So I want to teach a lot like bodybuilder how to stretch without getting injuries. Yeah,
That's good because I think I was interviewing a lady. She's a wrestling coach, and she teaches that stretching is very important. You
yeah,
know, and she teach movements and how to help with your body because sometimes, especially when you get older. Because I tell you right now, I'm I'm falling apart. I got issues with my shoulder. I got two bad knees like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I try to be motivated to keep myself going, but there's days where it's like pulling teeth sometimes.
I know. You're gonna see my routine at Toronto Pro. You're gonna love it.
I would probably love it because you are an amazing person. You have some talent. Here we got here. Shout out to my man Brooke. He says, Miss Jane, when did you decide you wanted to be part of the greatest sport in the world, bodybuilding? So yeah, because I think you mentioned before it was like about 6 or 7 years ago when you started.
2017. So yeah, 6 years ago.
Hmm.
Wow, been 6 years already.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
you
it's
know what? This
2025 now.
this year is like go by fast. It's
Yeah,
almost June.
yeah. Just I think 2 more weeks here is going to be June because
Yeah,
it seems like 2025 just started, and
yeah,
now we're just halfway through
yeah. I have a cat too. That's why I look all over.
it. What kind of cat?
Maine Coon.
Um, like a little tabby, something like that, with a color or something like that. What?
Like the big one, like 20 pounds.
That's the big cat.
Yeah, it's not a cat. It's like a dog, but a cat.
So it's a dog, but a cat. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We had cats, but one of my sisters was allergic to it, so we didn't have. But we grew up with dogs. They were most of them were they weren't good breeds. It was mostly mutts, mixed breeds. Um, Here we get here from my man Brooke. He says this. He says, bodybuilders are real life Greek gods and goddesses, and Miss Jane, you are the ultimate goddess. He's a fan. He's a fan. So
thank you.
yeah.
Follow me on Instagram and YouTube, please, if you like.
Yeah. Like guys, like I said again, guys, the link in the description of the live here. And if you want to, you can follow her and check her out and support her. You know, and this year, I think there's opportunity for you. I mean, even though some shows are getting few between, there's still, like I said, you do Toronto, there's still also Tampa, Chicago, there's Atlanta, there's also the Rising Phoenix, and I think, like I said again, the Grand Prix for next year. So, would you consider another show after Toronto, or you think you just want to give yourself more time?
We do this one first and then I will talk about it after. Because I want to focus on my health too. I want to make sure everything inside is good, right? I want to get my blood work to make sure I'm healthy, you know. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It's good. It's good to really focus on yourself. And it's a good thing that your boyfriend, he's taking up some of the, um, taking some slack for you. and just so you can able to focus on yourself. Here we get a comment from man Brooke. He says, Miss Jane, do you have any advice for a aspiring bodybuilder in a wheelchair?
What's that mean, aspiring?
Well, he wants to be a bodybuilder. He always says he wants to be a bodybuilder, but he's in a wheelchair.
Uh, you can do anything if you want to, if you put your mind to it. It's like they have like so many shows, like you can do like huge show competing, yeah, at the Olympia.
hmm So one thing I often ask you, ladies, especially, it's tiresome, it's tough, and then your prep and your diet. Jane, what did you get a chance to eat after, the Grand Prix? I know you were hungry, and you've been on your prep for months and your first bodybuilding show. What was that thing that, as my other guy would say, it make you stranger but make you stronger? Ha 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 ha.
There's like, fries, some good fries, um, some wings. Yeah, I love wings and fries. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
really think about what I want to eat after the show right now, but definitely after the show, I would think about it.
yeah. I would say, like I said, in Canada, I would say this we should try if you get a chance.
What?
It's called it's fries with poutine. What it
Oh,
is, yeah, it's fries with brown gravy and cheese curds.
I love
And
poutine.
yeah, I never had it. I always seen it. Maybe whenever I get a chance, if maybe I go to Canada one day. I want to try it because I watch these cooking shows, and it's like food pouring. Watch the cooking shows, and they make that stuff. And I say, "Ooh, that looks good. I don't mind trying that." Fries. It's like mashed potatoes with gravy, pretty much. Uh, Shout out to my man Brooke Brown. He's been singing in here. Appreciate you, brother. He says, Miss Jane, what is the hardest part of being a bodybuilder?
What is the hardest? I think you have to self-talk, like the mindset is number one. In order to get like how I look right now, you have to talk to yourself positive to yourself every day. If you put negative thing to you, negative thing gonna come back to you, right? But when you think about positive, everything gonna be better. I feel like this prep, being really like calm, like I don't feel like worry. I don't feel like I care about anyone doing. Just focus on you.
Mhm. Like being a fighter, your job is to focus on your game,
Yeah.
go through your opponent, and
Yes.
get the win.
hmm No matter what, how long it takes, you're gonna win anyway. So if you think that you're gonna win, it's just a matter of time.
Mhm. Like I said, you're still a young lady, and I think you still have that time. Like I said, if it's a show like Toronto that's going to be a win, great. If it's another show, that's great. And
Yeah,
also, you know, I think we need women like yourself who have a bright future in the sport of bodybuilding because with the divisions, there's a new division coming up, the fit model division. Excuse me. And my concern about it is that it might push out women's bodybuilding eventually
I
because it's
I was thinking about that last night too. It's like exactly the same thing. Like the fit model is coming in, so many people gonna be competing in that class. I feel like women bodybuilding is not gonna be the same.
mhm. Yeah, and some of you ladies, some of you ladies are way too big to go down to physique. You have to drop a lot of muscle,
Yeah.
and the other night, me and my man Ed, I thought he'd be here because I sent him the link. We talked about how if you look at the physique division, the women are getting a lot bigger, and We did this little thing. I made this little picture, and it had these ladies that competed in women's physique. Now you might recognize some of them. One is Barbara Majan, who's number 4 at the Olympia last year. The other one, Sharonica Hinton, who is number 3. We have here, her name is Brigitte. She's the one doing the bodybuilding front double. And the other one, we recognize that's Rachel Daniels. And if you look at these 4 women, you often say, like, which one's physique and which one's really women's bodybuilding? Hello?
On the top one.
Hmm?
On the top, on the right one.
Yeah, you mean Brigitte?
The green suit.
Yeah, her right there. She looks like she was bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would say Rachel's getting there because she didn't compete for like 2 or 3 years, and she put on some size since then. And I was kind of surprised that Barbara didn't get in the top 5. But I understand, Sharonica has a great physique. I mean, I follow her. I think she has the look from back in the day
Yeah,
when physique first started. But
yeah,
the visions are starting to meld. And you've seen women like people like Sherry Priami. Sherry's not competing this year because she was dealing with some medical issues. And also, if you heard Michaela Aycock, she's announced her retirement from bodybuilding.
yeah. I actually talked to her yesterday too.
Oh,
She used to come coaching me back in 2021 when I did women physique. And last night she was like, because she saw my update pictures, the Fun Relax post, and she was like, "Look great, just keep pushing for this show." Yeah,
yeah. Well, I hope she's doing well. I know, she's focused on her life because it's important to take care of yourself for anything. This is a sport you don't want to sacrifice your life. Because a while back, a young lady, she recently passed away because she was taking protocols like she's supposed to do. Like she was 20 weeks out from a show, but she was taking a diuretic.
yeah,
And and at 20, and she's like 20 years old. And I think,
so crazy.
yeah, at that age, I think I say this: a lot of young people want everything quick, fast, in a hurry, but don't want to take the time and put in the work. Yeah. We have here a comment from a man, Brooke. He says this. He says, "What foods do you have to give up to gain the ultimate bodybuilder physique?"
That I gain a muscle, or he's trying to ask me.
What foods you have to give up especially when you're prepping?
In prep,
Yeah.
I eat a lot of fish. Yeah, like salmon, whitefish. I don't eat beef. Yeah, it's funny that I never eat beef in my whole life. Yeah,
Well, we ate fish growing up too, but it was fried fish, and only beef we ate was hamburger because we couldn't afford steaks like that. We grew up poor. Hamburger was cheaper. You just ground beef and you just put some seasoning on it and slap with some sauce and put with some spaghetti. But chicken, that's generally the big foundation for a bodybuilder's diet. I mean, chicken or turkey, fish. I see heard quite a few competitors say they eat a lot of fish. I think I
yeah,
try to remember who I was talking with. They told me that she was eating fish during her last prep, that she got so tired of it she was gaining guilt.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Here, shout out to my man Brooke. He's been sticking in here. It says, "Miss J, I think you are awesome, queen." I mean, he's just a fan. He's just a fan. So, as you know, this is going to be, I think, probably one of your best shows coming up in Toronto. How do you really feel?
For this show, I feel great. I can see what I'm gonna look like on the stage already. Everything all looks good. All I need to work on is my hamstring and glute need to be tighter. So we have like 4 weeks left, so I have to like bring that. Yeah, you know, like the legs always come in the last part in movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everything else looks good.
Well, from some of these pictures I see, yeah, you look really good. I mean, you put on some size, really coming along. I mean, development wise. Like I said again, it's just about being consistent, sticking to your diet,
Yeah,
and just like I said again, it's a good thing that you got your boyfriend, your man. He's there to take some of the pressure off your shoulders and take care of everything for you, so you can focus on this upcoming show.
yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah. I feel like if I work now would be tough, but now I just like do full time, focus on bodybuilding. It's good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when I'm done the show, I go back to work.
Mhm. Well, like I said, yeah, it's good because I think it's good to have something in your life, like a job or just a hobby or just something to keep you busy. Have you thought about maybe become a coach yourself in the future, which is now with the new gym coming up?
I'm ready, but maybe like in the next 5 years I will. Yeah,
Yeah. So you want to build yourself reputation first before
yeah,
you, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea because I think the thing is that sometimes you have to have a good coach, and I think I've talked to some lady said that sometimes they do better with a woman than they do with a man because some guys understand the biology of a woman, the physiques of women, but then you have some coaches who give you the same cookie cutter plan they give to a male competitor, but women and
yeah.
men are totally different biology wise.
Yeah, there's so many coaches nowadays there. Like a new coach, some they know what they're doing, but some don't.
Yeah. I know there's some pretty good coaches out there. Some guys I follow. I just recently interviewed a guy named Robert Phil, and he coaches a lot of wellness competitors. He's the coach of Tiana Flex.
Yeah,
Tiana, she was also at the Triple O, took number two. I was hoping to see her compete a couple of shows more in the States, but I think she's planning to do either Portugal or I think it was Imperial uh, in next month. And I hope she's the best for it because I think she has a great physique.
they look impressive.
Yeah.
From she used to work with Michaela back in the day too, which she does Physique. That's when since then she changed a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when she showed up on the Triple O, I was like, wow, impressive. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's all matter, if you beat your last looks, you bring your best and beat your last stage. That's all matter.
Yeah. It's like at the Rising Phoenix when Angela beat Andrea for the title. Angela, honestly, I'm like I said, I'm a fan of Andrea Shaw. I love her because she's my girlfriend. I love her. I think she's so beautiful.
Yeah,
And yeah, and a friend of mine, Eunice, I like showing this off. She was at the 2023 Olympia, and she sent this for my birthday. It was a gift she sent to me. It was this issue of muscle development with Andrea on the cover. It's the last issue they had print for the magazine because they stopped doing prints. And Andrea took the time out and she signed this for me. And it's just great. I mean, the current Miss Olympia, but she bounced back and she won the title. Did you watch the Olympia last year?
yeah. Last year I did.
What's your thoughts? Who you feel like, Sherry that year, she dropped down. Michaela didn't do good. Christina Mendoza was in the top five. I think Nadia, who's competing at the New York, was in the top five. What was your thought about that Olympia?
I'm kind of surprised. What is her name? Got the last press. Uh,
I think it
what's the name?
was Ava Manello, or was it Hunter? No, I think it was Ava Hunter.
No, I think Alcilo or something. The other
Alcione,
one.
Alcione
Yeah,
Barrito. Yeah, yeah, because that surprised me too.
yeah. I was like,
'Cause-
I, She was top 3, right? The last show. I mean,
Yeah.
2023, and then this show she come too late, I think. Um, and I was like, wow, she got the last prize. I was shocked. But the top 3 looks amazing. Ashley Jones, Andrea Shaw, and Ji Yao. They both they all like have different looks, you know. But Angie Yao, I feel like um she come like shredded. It's like, but the judge still choose Andrea Shaw because she has the feminine looks, right? And she has like roundest muscles. Um, like that's what I'm thinking about my physique too. Like I have a lot of muscle and it's muscle belly. If the only thing I need to work on is like conditioning because I have thick muscle, so it's hard to get shredded.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think.
but you know what? This year gonna be interesting though. It's gonna be a lot of size, like women bodybuilding.
Yeah.
What is her name in Europe? The super big one.
Oh, I think Anastasia
Yeah,
Leva. Yeah, the
yeah,
Russian.
yeah.
Yeah, she's huge. I
She's
mean,
huge.
she's huge. I don't know how they're gonna. I was surprised that she won because I
Yeah,
know with Shauna. I met with Shauna. I thought with Shauna was gonna win that show. She's been in the top three the last couple of times, top five. But truthfully, I was surprised. Excuse me.
yeah. I like that
That
shout out too.
Yeah, because I think Shauna did at least 4 shows that
Yeah,
year. And also I think she's supposed to be doing the Masters Olympia too because she was the 2023 champion.
yeah,
And and I met with Shauna. The year after she won that year when she won the Puerto Rico Pro, she came down here in North Carolina and she did some photo sessions. She did like some photo sessions. Also, she did like a little seminar. It was on
yeah,
a 4th of July weekend, and Glenn, if you ever heard Glenn from Amazon Fitness Magazine, he had
yeah,
set that up. I talked to her a little bit after the session. She's a great lady. Her babies are now about 5 years old now. I was hoping she was going to win at least. Either I was rooting for her at the Lena show, but she took second that show, and then I was rooting for her at the UK show, but then Nadia won that show. And I feel like if Nadia didn't do that show, I think Rashada could have won it.
yeah. I agree.
Mm.
I think New York Pro only 3 people. Who do you got?
Well, uh, Lena Batak looks pretty good. I did an interview with Lena, and she looks pretty good. I think if she comes in good and tight, she could possibly. But it
Yeah,
looks like it might be a battle between Nadia and Chelsea. Chelsea, she really popped back after the triple O because she was third at triple O, but then she wins the Van Isle show. So it might be between Nadia and Chelsea. I one time I know that Mia Ashton interviewed a guy named Glenn, and she said she's gonna do New York Pro, but she needs to do it. And I thought Teresa Vosick would do the show because she lives in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is not too far from New Jersey. And
yeah,
then a couple other ladies I thought might want to do it because but it's just like I was told the cost of traveling, and then some ladies still kind of paid for their prep from last year. So we probably
yeah.
might not see some ladies come back to next year.
We will see how that turn out this weekend. I might go to the finals. I will see.
Well, my friend Ed, because I invited him to come through and I sent the link, but I thought he'd be here to, me asking questions, but he's going there to the finals.
Yeah.
I sent you his IG. If you see him, just say hello to him.
Okay.
Because yeah, he said he's going to go to the finals. I would love to go to a show. I was thinking about going to a show this year, but I got a car in the shop. And right now it's no good for me. I'm saying I'm done with that car. I'm saving some money, and I'm going to get myself another car because it's a car my sister gave me a few years back. Now it doesn't want to back up anymore. Had one guy fix it, it got messed up, and I just what I'm just done with it. I'm just better off saving some money and just get myself another car.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, folks, we're not gonna keep Jane too much longer. I know she had a busy day, training, working out, doing this, prepping. It's a lot for most people who don't understand the sport. And again, folks, it's not about gear. It's about diet, consistency, plans, understanding how to build your body. It's more than about popping pills. And you have people have told me you can take the shit some of these people take, but you're not going to look like that if you don't follow the diet, the consistency, and also the plan.
Yeah.
You have to be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you're not going to look like a Big Jane or Andrea Shaw or Lungford or Samson Dua or any of the other competitors. You're just going to look like shit.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Josh, for having me.
So, you have anybody you want to shout out before we go?
A chat.
Yeah, anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, shout out. I want to shout out to my sponsor. It's called Bikini Lab Studio. Yeah, and my boyfriend Kyle, and my coach Fred, and my training partner. She's really amazing. And Dawn, I love her too. Yeah, those all my people. And my parents support me. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. It's good that you have your friends. You got a sponsor. That's great because I think that's one thing that helps out the cost for a bodybuilder is having a sponsor. Because it's expensive to be a bodybuilder, especially being a woman. Compared to the guys, all they wear is a pair of banana hammocks and board shorts. Y'all ladies have to look very presentable. Like she is a beautiful woman, Jane is. And still she has to amplify that beauty when she's on stage. And
Yeah.
it costs, guys. It costs. But if you're someone interested in, helping her out, and not look for anything in return. Not being that weird guy, say, hey, Big Jane, I got something for you. No. Be somebody, say, Miss Akarapreecha, I apologize if I get your name wrong. I would love to sponsor your next upcoming show. So let me know what you need from us, and we're happy to help you out. We'd love to see you compete and love to see you grow as an athlete in the sport of bodybuilding.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, before I let you go, my other guy got to tell you something. He want to tell you something. Jay, I want to tell you, you are beautiful. I'm sorry about man. I just tried.
You have to.
Yeah. So, folks.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
night. Talk to you soon, okay? I will keep
All
you
right.
updated.
All righty. Go ahead and get your rest. Good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So, folks, that is the lovely Miss Big Jane. If you want to follow her, link in the description of this live stream. Reach out and support her. She's she's playing for the Toronto Pro. If you can't go to the show, buy the live stream. That's the thing that keeps saying that not a lot of people want to watch women's bodybuilding. We need the bodies, not just competitors, but also people want to be there to support the competitors. And also reach out and genuine interest. Ask, if you had a business plan for her as a sponsor, make sure it's something genuine, not something weird, guys. Not something weird. So I'd like to thank my guest, my man Brooke Brown, my brother KLA, the Wanderer, and anybody who's here to watch this live stream. Thank you for support, and best of luck to you this weekend, and all the best of luck to everybody out there in the world.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.
All right, folks. This is Always Joy page with Big Jane saying, subscribe, don't subscribe, follow, and good night.